And the number one extinct Disney attraction is the Great Movie Ride from MGM Studios, now known as Hollywood Studios. I really loved this attraction, mostly because I love movies. And I was really, really sad to see it go. This is one of the things that I didn't understand why Disney did this. I know that the attraction was old and it needed a bit of an update, but I felt like it had a few more years left into it. People still wrote it, people still loved it. Like, the Universe of Energy I understood because it was very old, it definitely needed an update. But this, I felt like it was too soon. And I will admit, it's really hard to forgive Disney about closing this one. Let me tell you a little history about the Great Movie Ride. It actually started as a ride concept for Epcot, about a ride about Hollywood and show business, but the attraction became so huge, they decided, hey, let's open a park instead. So they came up with Disney Hollywood Studios, which at the time was called Disney MGM Studios. And the setting of the ride took place at a replica of the Grauman Chinese Theater. They couldn't really call it Grauman Chinese Theater because they didn't really have the rights, but I tell you, that replica is amazing. The facade outside, it's pitch perfect. Inside, you'd walk through, like, you'd see actual props and posters from movies like the carousel horse from Mary Poppins. They used to have the ruby slippers from The Wizard of Oz. And you'd see, like the trailers shown on the big screen while you wait for the attraction. And when you load onto your ride vehicles, you'd be on a soundstage where you see a big mural of Hollywood, and like there'd be flashing lights and the cameras. And once you head off with your tour guide, they'd sing the song "Hooray for Hollywood." It was really something. It was a nice spectacle. It really made you feel good about the movies. And it took you through scenes from Footlight Parade, which the attraction, when it first started, it would actually spin and rotate, but it went through some problems, so it just made them stand still for the rest of the time. You see Grace Kelly animatronic of Singing in the Rain, Mary Poppins and Bert singing Chim Chimmery, and then you enter a gangster area. Kind of reminded me of Gotham City, where a live-action gangster, not animatronic, would hitch a ride on your vehicle and take you through the movies for a short while the tour guide got chased away. And then you'd enter a wilderness area where you see Clint Eastwood and John Wayne animatronics tell you not to go. Then you'd see a bank robbery. The second version of the ride, instead of the gangster hitching a ride, it's actually a bandit from the West who hitches a ride after they blow up the bank and, chase the tour guide away. And afterwards, you get to one of my favorite parts. You get to the alien section of the ride, where there's a voice saying, "Remain in your vehicle." You see animatronic Ripley like hiding getting ready to face the alien, and you see the acid dripping from part of it, and then you hear the siren, the "Wow, wow, wow, attention." And then you see the alien coming through the top of the ceiling, just and you see it coming through a window, just like it's like, that is as close as Disney's going to get to an alien attraction. Although now that they've purchased 20th Century Fox, I'm kind of hoping it might happen one day. So that's sad to see it go. I like the alien portion. And then you get to Raiders of the Lost Ark, where you see Indy and I forget his name. Oh, man. John Rhys Davies' character, Sala, yeah. They're picking up the Ark of the Covenant, and they're surrounded by animatronic snakes hissing at you. And then you get to a part where there's this guard guarding a big ruby. The gangster or the bandit go up to steal it, but they evaporate in a nice cool effect with smoke and a nice turn door. And then it reveals that the tour guide, it was safe all along. They hop right back on. They take you through like a skeleton room that you meet Tarzan and Jane from the olden days. And you get to see Casablanca, actual animatronics of Humphrey Bogart and I forget the actress's name, and the front of the plane, which the front half they use in Great Movie Ride. The other half, they set it in Jungle Cruise in Magic Kingdom. And then you go through a part of the attraction where you see Mickey Mouse, and he's doing his Fantasia bit with his sorcerer hat. That was originally intended to be the tornado sequence for the upcoming Wizard of Oz room, but they decided, let's throw in Fantasia in there. And it's nice to see Mickey in a little cameo there. And then you get to the most extravagant room, the Wizard of Oz room, where you see the Munchkins, the house with the Wicked Witch of the East shoes there. They pop out and sing, "We welcome you to Munchkinland." And it's kind of nice and sweet. And then you see one of the greatest animatronics Disney has ever made, the Wicked Witch of the West. Her movement is so fluid. I swear I always thought it was a real person. It wasn't, but it was an amazing animatronic. Then we pass through more animatronics of the Wizard of Oz, Dorothy, Scarecrow, Cowardly Lion, Tin Man, Toto. And then we get to a theater room where we see a montage of all the great movies, from Charlie Chaplin's movies to current Disney movies. Great lines, great quotes, memorable scenes, Good Morning Vietnam, Bridge on the River Kwai. It was amazing to see. Even the updates with the recent, Turner Classic Movies guy, Rob, I forget his name, Rob Turlington, or no, that's not it. But that was a nice addition to it as well. Unfortunately, it closed in 2017 last year, and it's going to make way for a new ride called, I think it's Mickey's Runaway Railroad, which I gotta say, it doesn't really sound all that great. It doesn't really fit with the Hollywood theme as the original Great Movie Ride did. And plus, it really got me worried that the Chinese theater was going to get closed down, because that's a centerpiece to Hollywood studios. It's like getting rid of Spaceship Earth from Epcot. There's just some things you don't do. So at least we still have it on YouTube. We're still able to watch the Great Movie Ride, Universe of Energy, and all these great extinct Disney attractions through old YouTube videos. And legends will never die. People, we can always watch their movies. Places, we can always watch, the YouTube videos, look through photographs. The memories are always going to be there. It's still alive in our hearts. I'd like to think of this video as a little tribute to the Great Movie Ride. It was a really great attraction, very unique, and it really could have lasted a little while longer. Unfortunately, it's not up to me, it's not up to us. It's up to the big heads of Disney. What do you guys think? Do you think the Great Movie Ride is the greatest extinct Disney attraction? Are you upset that it's closed? Do you understand why it closed? Are you looking forward to Mickey's Runaway Railroad? Leave it in the comments below, and thank you all for joining me, and see you next time with another Top 14 list. See you around, guys. Take care.